It's a pretty morning. Hey, Tux. Hey, bud. I was giving him a brush down. Poor Slate over here. She's got a bunch of those seeds in her fur, those burrs, and she doesn't really want me to work on getting them out right now. And Gray says, quit filming, more brushing. Hey guys, I need to use that counter to work on my Lego thing. What are you doing? You thinking I need to feed you? You need food? I fed you breakfast. Alright, maybe I better put down some more food, or I think I'm going to have more help than I need. Alright, it's time to finish up kit 60228. I'm going to build the mission control and then the little, I'm going to call it train track that gets the guys out to the launch pad. These bags have really big parts in them, so instead of my little bowls today, I've pulled out a bigger bowl.
What are you saying? Not the time or the place, baby, it's not right. It's not right, no. Going insane. Got a problem to fix, can we face it tonight? Face it tonight, oh. No way, though. Maybe I can't let go. Maybe I thought you'd take my side.
So, bag 6, launch control, mission control. The bottom part of the building is done. We've got one well-dressed technician here at his computer with another computer station beside him. And the interesting thing is that you can't tell, again, from the box. One of these really cool things that you find out while you're actually doing the build is that, like the Flintstone house that I did, you know, it opens up. And it does have a means there that you can snap it together so it will not, you know, you can move it. There's a piece in there that you push together or pull apart. So it's still sturdy, but you can open it up. So I think that's cool. I'm fixing to put all the glass on it and build the little minifigure, the girl technician, to go in here next to the guy. Lego is very politically correct here. Alright, mission control, launch control is done. I gotta tell you, I am like, again, things you can't tell from the box how cool it is till you get it built. First off, this glass part can come up, so if you want to get in there and adjust your mission controller, swap people in and out, you can do that, no problem. I already talked about how it opens up. Sorry about the focus. Wait for it to get back. So that's really cool. But on the back over here, this mechanism, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, you can. It's spinning. So it's basically trying to show it as the rocket and the satellite change orbits where they are circling the Earth, I guess. And then I don't exactly know. I think this is 3, 2, 1. This is a countdown thing. I'm trying to move it without looking at it. Let me come back here. This thing slides. There we go. It slides. So it's meant to just click in those bumps. So now that I refresh my memory how it moves, you can see you're at 3, 2, 1. Lift off. So that's kind of cool too, I got to tell you. Really super impressed with this kit, and this made me smile. There's a cipher lock on the door to go in here, a little keypad, punch keypad. Reminds me of the old IBM days there. Of course, everything's all, you know, in the badge now, and you don't really have these punch locks anymore, but it's way cool. I am totally stoked about the design here, and I'm gonna go on ahead and do the the train part. Well, like I said, this kit ended up being everything I hoped it would be. I have added the little car and the track to get the astronaut over to the launch pad. Hey, where's the Model X? Actually, the little car and the track is pretty cool, but maybe in the future we can have a Lego Model X taking the astronauts. It glides really well on here. This stopper on the end, it's meant to push it. And then it takes him all the way down. And if I want to, I can, I have the option of letting him only go halfway. So I'm going to push the bumper again. And he's going to stop there. And then I have to wonder, if I bring this up, will he go the rest of the way on his own? And he won't. You gotta give him a little. I don't know why you would stop him. Let's just think of it as an emergency stop there at the very end. But yeah, something very satisfying about hitting the little plunger and watching the guy go to the pad. Obviously on my pie table I won't quite be able to display it like this, but it's still really cool. I have ordered from a special Lego sticker people SpaceX stickers instead of the generic Lego city stickers. This just says launch control. So there's supposed to be a sticker like here and on these couple of pylons and one other place. And so I'm just waiting for the SpaceX ones to come before I, put those other stickers on. So a little customization to my launch and rocket. But I am so excited. It was even cooler than I could have guessed it was going to be. All right, push the plunger, the little black button.
Oh, sorry.
It's Dawn's first time.
Yeah, well, you gotta kind of tap it.
Right.
How cool is that?
That's pretty cool. I think I could do that. You'd be surprised the number of times I could probably do that and not be tired of it. It slides really well. I'm impressed.
Yes,
there's no friction. It slides pretty darn good.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, and it has, we're going to call this the emergency stop. If something goes wrong while he's on his way to the launch pad.
Oh, really?
Mission control here, I'll just move it back up and you slide him back up. The only thing is there's no more downhill. So once you stop him, he doesn't really,
Oh, yeah, baby.
stopped in his tracks, he is. And then the one other thing that's really cool, because Don's heard me making the videos, but he hasn't seen it.
That's right.
Is it opens.
Ooh.
It opens.
Wow.
And then back here, when it's launch time, let me get my finger right again.
Yeah.
My finger. Got to remember how to work that thing. I keep on pushing my hand on so 3, 2, 1, lift off.
Oh, wait, how cool is
and
that?
then this satellite thing here in the back, it spins.
Oh, radar thing.
Yeah, you can see where it is in its orbit around the Earth, and we got the computer screens inside. The only thing is the poor astronauts can't see out, or the mission control specialists
They're
can't
looking
see
the
out.
wrong
They're
way.
looking the wrong way.
They need that, yeah.
But if we turned it around, I mean, I totally get that they need to see the display. And maybe the thing is look, they're looking out the side at the rocket going up.
Yeah, that's right.
And here's the little cipher lock where it will open. Pull on it. Just pull on the little button. It really will open. It is not if it's a window, it has a bump on all 4 corners. If it's a door, it only has a bump on 2 corners. And you can control which way it opens based on upside down or right side up. All the Lego doors and windows work the same for forever, the little bump things. And the little bumps, I've never had problems with them breaking. So
very cool.
But that's where the little astronaut guy comes out and gets into his. And there's one astronaut in the rocket. You can see him up here. He's already up there in the rocket. So I have more astronaut figures, but there's really only room for one in the capsule. But anyway, one is already in it. Yeah, I mean, seriously, right? It was really well thought out. So
yeah,
hopefully sometime they'll have a SpaceX one.
Yeah.
And I will be first online trying to order it before it's sold out. But until then, this one is pretty darn awesome.
Yeah.
I recommend for any space kid enthusiasts.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's way cool.
One last brief comment about Lego kits. You are always going to end up with a few extra parts. This is not like some other things where if you end up with extra parts, it means you didn't put it together right. I promise. They send extras, especially of small things, just in case. If you're ever missing a part, there's a phone number for Lego. Call it free of charge. They will send you the missing part. Now, every time I've personally thought a part was missing, it's because it was under something. I dropped it on the floor. I've never actually had one be missing, but they will make it right. So this doesn't mean I screwed up. It's just what was left over. It's mostly sunny here today, but the sun is in a little bit right now. I have been checking both fountains, AM and PM, and I have not had to add water, so I'm really pleased about that. But I'm trying to, you know, protect my fountain pump. I have been checking to make sure they're not depleted.
So we did the LED light project. We put these lights on the bookcase, and it has
our studio lights.
Our studio.
Yep,
right.
on the
and,
bookshelf.
There's two issues. The first issue is when you unplug it or unplug the little power pack from the wall and plug it back in, the lights will not turn on. You have to go mash the button every time it's going
on the remote.
On the remote. It has a little electronic control. And Marianne would like to have these on a timer, basically turn on and off the little power pack to allow the lights to turn on and off. And that's one problem. So being able to put them on a timer without every day going to turn them on and turn them off.
Right, I want to tell A to turn them on and turn them off.
That's right, and have a big control via A, that's right. And the other problem is we have a little, because they're pulse width modulated, whatever, they flicker at the 60 hertz rate, depends on what her camera's doing. So on some of her videos, she has to be really careful with the frame rate so that they don't flicker. And so what I told her I would do, since she's pretty much nailed down a color that she likes, is I would, these are, there's 4 conductors. These are not pixels. These are not digitally controlled LEDs, are individually addressable. These are not individually addressable. These are, each one of these segments, made up of 3 LEDs, runs off of 12 volts, and there is a red, green, and a blue LED, all right, and a common. And so if you want to turn on all 3 little red LEDs, you put a voltage 12 volts to the red. If you want to turn on the blue, so forth. Of course, that would be maximum brightness. But you don't want maximum brightness. You want to be able to vary the voltage of the red, the green, and the blue. You want to be able to vary that voltage enough that they mix and form the color you like. In her case, she's kind of like this aquamarine blue, green, teal color. I don't know what that voltage is. But what I did is I ordered 3 little power supplies. Well, actually I ordered 5 because that was all they had. They had 5 of them left. So I just went on and ordered all 5 of them. They were $1.50. They were less than $2 each from China. So I ordered them, and they got here weeks ago, and we just haven't had time.
Well, we were waiting for a hot day when we didn't want to work outside or in the attic somewhere.
That's right. Well, now these are linear. These are not PWM. These are adjustable, variable voltage adjustable. So my intent is I'm going to hook up 12 volts to it, or 15 volts. I forget. I'll get all that sorted out. And then I'm going to adjust the voltage of the red, the green, and the blue LED on the bench here, and get the voltage set to whatever the color is she likes. We'll probably have to go in the house to do the final adjustment. And then at that point, I'm going to take these 3 little power supplies, and I'm going to put them in a little plastic box or something, and with a plug that for the power pack, and so she can just simply plug it and unplug it. So literally you will be able to unplug the little digital controller that's in there now, plug this gizmo in, and the only difference is because it's not adjustable anymore, she can use A to turn on and off this light on a timer, on a schedule. And the other thing, since these are linear DC supplies, there's going to be no flicker. So that's going to avoid the flicker issue, because they'll be run off of DC. They won't be PWM. These are not. These are linear 7815s or whatever. They're adjustable, but they're the linear power supply, so they will be less energy efficient. They'll waste a little bit of energy, but the advantages is I won't have to worry about the flicker.
Way cool. I have a couple of questions and a couple of our statement and 2 comments / questions.
Sure.
We've been turning them on every night, and we've been enjoying them lighting up the bedroom during TV time. Where we sit on the love seat, we can see that light when we go in and out of the bedroom to use the restroom in the evening. The light's on, we can see. So we've been enjoying it, even though we haven't filmed studio-wise with it a ton.
Right.
And the other thing I wanted to say is, it sounds to me like if I want to change the color, you either have to adjust the voltage,
right,
which you'll be able to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or we'll have to plug in the other thing again.
That's right.
Either way, because I just want you to know that you have semi-assumed that I will never want to change the color because I'm so happy with it. But come Halloween, I'm liable to want it purple. Yeah. And come Christmas and Valentine's Day or something, I might want it red. So, yeah.
That's why I said the little digital controller that's on there now, my intent is...
It's still plug and play.
I still plan to make this thing plug and play.
Okay.
I might even have both controllers there, and you'll just turn this one off.
And turn the other one on.
And the other one actually will be on all the time, because it's never really on until you press the remote button.
Right. Well, since I'm the customer in this case, I just want you to know that any assumption that as happy as I am with that color will not change come holidays would be a false assumption.
Right. I knew that you would probably want, but these are adjustable. They have a little potentiometers on them. The problem is, a digital controller, you've got your 24,000 colors, FF.
Yeah, yes, I'm a photographer, I get it. Yeah.
So, I think it's all F's is black, and then all zeros are white.
Or the reverse. Yeah, I don't remember either, but one of those two. But yes, it's
256 graduations of each color. You're not going to have that here, because I don't have that. I mean, I could do something along those lines, but I'm not. This was the basically $5 solution. Right.
Well, you have allowed me to breathe easier, that there is an ability to adjust color without Donnie being upset with me. So we're good, however you make it work. But you got to have all the customer requirements, and Donnie, holidays are coming up.
Right. I understand.
I'm in Ruby while Don works on the LED stuff. I'm going to head over to the garden hut and pick up a couple more packs of Impatiens and maybe something else. And do my daily pogo and just get out for a few minutes and enjoy the sunshine, but in the air conditioning. Well, I guess at the garden hut I'll be outside, but in Ruby I'll be in the air conditioning because it is hot today. Bridge is looking good, looking good. I am really enjoying Lady Gaga's new album, Chromatica. Rain on Me with Ariana Grande is brilliant, and the first one released was the first song released was Stupid Love, and that was really good too. And I'm listening to the whole album now, and I really like her music. When I pulled up over here at the environmental park, there was nobody here but me. 2 cars have come. People have gone over and sat in the shade. It's 89 out there, so I can certainly see why there's not a crowd of people today. Not to mention it's a weekday, although when it was cooler temps and more spring-like out, there was a crowd here even during the week. I am catching a Stunfisk Pokemon battling the gym. I had the yellow version, and this guy is more of the greenish gray version. One must be female and one male, because it's the same Pokemon. It doesn't register as a new Pokemon. It just, but it's pretty cool. It's a new Pokemon. It's one I didn't have, so I'm pleased. Woohoo! Don's account just went to level 36. Yes! Of course, it takes as long to get from 1 to 36 as it does to get from 36 to 40, but still. Just pointing out that I'm out here in the bright sunlight, and Ruby has her lights on again, and I double checked that after the safety inspection we left them on auto. And I also have the, you know, automatic lights on as well. And anyway, she's shining her lights again. I would think with the recent bug fixes that, you know, she wouldn't have done that. I predict this track, Free Woman, is going to be the next one she releases. It's really good too. Well, Ruby now says it's 91 out there, and this calls for Keep Climate On, and I'll make it 78. Nelsa always has such beautiful flowers planted out along Old Honeycutt Road here. But I don't see any larger swallowtail butterflies today. I'd love to take some pictures. I have my 300mm lens with me. I wanted to get a 6-pack or 2 of mixed impatiens, but they've just got this really bright pink color, fuchsia and red, and I guess the star pattern. Well, I really do like all of the variety they have mixed into this pot. It's very pretty. Nelsa has several different types of Asiatic jasmine, and I'm attracted to it because of the beautiful variegation of the leaves. It changes over time as it grows too. This red maple is so pretty, the way it goes with the branches all the way to the ground. It's much, you know, taller and full versus very wide and short. It's so pretty. This is called Bear's Britches. I don't know. I just really like the white and green variegated leaves. Wow, look at some of these globes. I love this guy. And I also really like this one. Since the one has grout and this one doesn't, probably this one. You got that, Donnie? Wow, is that pretty. Before all this COVID stuff, Nelsa was holding classes on building terrariums, and she has lots of miniature stuff for fairy gardens, and you know, I want it all. In my next lifetime, I want it all. That's pretty. I love the shell house. Wow. That fern is labeled autumn fern, at least the one with the red on it. Thankfully, I don't have to buy ferns. Not a lot of small maples, or I might would have ended up with another one. But they sure do have some good sized ones here.
Lost track of through the forest, through the trees, forgot what I was chasing. Spent so many nights living out at sea that my heart is gone vacant. And everybody was cool.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I got pretty much what I wanted. I didn't buy any Impatiens. I might, if we're up at Home Depot or Walmart again, try to grab another 6-pack of Impatiens. We'll see. I probably got enough to plant where I was going to put them. That was a lot of fun though. I put on my mask to go inside and pay. I was only in there for, well, less than 5 minutes. You know, walking around outside, I didn't feel like I needed it. So, but that was a nice diversion today. I really enjoyed that. Hey, Donnie.
Hey, pretty girl. Did you have fun?
I did.
Oh, okay. Well, what'd you do? What'd you have to get?
Well, I went just to the garden hut, but I was over there for a long time shooting pictures.
Shooting pictures, yeah.
Yeah, you'll be well, I did buy some plants. But nothing that makes Donnie have to dig into dirt. No dirt for Donnie.
Good.
Yeah, all container stuff.
Good.
Yeah, I had a really good time.
Yeah, that's kitten pots.
Right, I'm in charge of pots, unless I need moved with the hand truck, but that doesn't usually get you too upset.
No, that doesn't.
Especially now that you have a special hand truck just for moving my pots around.
Right. I've got the tool for the job now.
So how's it going?
It's good. It's done.
You're done?
Yeah, you can go in and tell A to turn on bookshelf or turn off bookshelf, and it'll turn on and off.
Well, way cool, because Bookshelf and Curio are hooked up to Mood.
Well,
so when I turn on the lights in the family room, when I say turn on Mood, it'll also turn on the lights in the bedroom.
So what happened is I'm just using that one because I plugged in my tablet that we use to program all the A devices, and it's charging. Of course, you know, the battery's always dead.
Always dead when you need it, yeah.
So when it gets charged up, if you want to rename it, or we can program another one.
Well, it is technically a bookshelf. Yeah, so that bookshelf one was left plugged in after Christmas. And you're right. Right now, it wasn't actually, it was being turned on and off with Mood when Curio Cabinet was going on and off, but it was not actually turning anything on since Christmas. So just as well that you put it into use for that.
So I've cleaned it up from the paint yesterday. You know, I drug out all that paint.
Right, some things had to dry. I saw you had it over in the carport drying.
I went over there and got them. They're all nice and dry, and this is unfortunately the wrong color stain, but that's what we got now.
I may have given him a small amount of grief about it being too red. It looks good, but it's just not...
Right, I like the cedar color. Well, see what happened was...
gold tone. I call it like it's more gold than red.
Well, I'm using the term cedar now because the redwood really is red. Because what happened was the other stuff we had bought was Rust-Oleum. And it was redwood. And it was a very nice golden, orangish red, you know.
It had a hint of red and it was gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this stuff is just more red.
But it's not solid, yucky 1980s back porch furniture red. Right, so it's okay.
Right. Well, anyway, you know, this is the color I thought it was going to be, but it's darker, more like this one. So
yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, I would say cedar is the color that we
Right. Well, if we're going to stain the back area, we'll have to have a conversation about going with that same color or, yeah, Kitten sort of wanted blue-gray. Like Cape Cod color, sort of color.
It's $40. So whatever color you want is $40.
We'll talk about it. I'm sure you and I can both come to a happy agreement over which color to use.
Right. I agree.
This didn't have a tag on it, and I don't remember what it is. The nice girl told me, but she said so many words at one time I didn't get it. It's supposed to look pretty all year round. It may need more sun than this spot that I'd really like to put it in. I did get this piece of jasmine, which is going to go in there. I thought a tall interest and a short interest. This New Guinea Impatien back. I got a New Guinea Impatien for this hanging basket. And then the other empty pot that I had was over here. And I got a caladium and another variety of coleus. This guy will get pretty pink new leaves on new foliage, but the darker leaves are more this dark maroon color. And I bought a thing of Dusty Miller, which was to go in a bunch of spots. Oh, and one more piece of coleus. I may not know where that's going immediately. I'll figure it out. It won't be a problem. Alexa, turn on book.
Okay.
Way cool. I'd say that's pretty close to the color we had before. Very nice.
Oh joy! This is what happens when you don't have, what is it, productive?
Purposeful
Purposeful.
projects. Yeah, projects that keep you moving. You have to go run. You have to go move on your own for, like, you know.
Yeah, so I actually had a little afternoon nap, and she's fed me an appetizer of tuna fish.
Tuna fish salad, basically.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
So I'm got plenty of energy now, so I'm gonna go try to go run today.
All right, I'll miss you. I guess it's not so bad out here. I'm gonna try to plant some plants if the mosquitoes aren't gonna run me off.
Right, in the shade, and most of my route is shady. I've
It's
only
going
got
on.
two sections out in the sun.
Yeah, it's 7-ish now. Johnny just started his Taekwondo class inside, and Dawn.
Right.
So I'm just gonna walk around the yard and plant plants and hope my cats come say hi because they've been too tired.
You can pull the hose out and water if you want. I've got the battery charged up.
Okay. If I pull it out, you have a way to coil it back up.
Well, I reeled it in the other day when I was power washing, and it worked fine, but it ran the battery down, so I charged it up.
All right.
You know, we have all these battery-powered things.
Right. He's talking about the hose reel. It's a story. He gave that to me as a birthday gift one year. I wasn't super amused.
Actually, it was a Christmas present.
Yeah, it was really for him and not for me. One of those gifts. I love you. Stay safe. So you survived?
Yeah.
It
wasn't bad at all.
He has walked around the yard and carried water to some far out stuff. I mostly did all the up close stuff. Here's the jasmine planted in this planter and the New Guinea impatient behind it. I sprinkled the Dusty Miller throughout a bunch of pots. I love that stuff. It's basically cold hardy here, and it'll last a year or two. And over here I did, hi Tux. I just did not plant this one piece of coleus. I got to figure out where, but I did put the caladium, Dusty Miller, and this black dragon coleus in this pot over here, since they all will do okay in the shade, and that should work out good. It's not bad out here. I didn't get any mosquito bites, so we're good. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hello. 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 Oh, big stretch. Do you do okay today in the heat? Good.
Jackpot.
Wow. One of those boxes is messed up, though. Hopefully that's nothing that's important or fragile in there. Now, the damaged box says it has a lithium-ion battery. Who's that box for?
Says me on it. I don't know what it could be.
I wonder. One of them's the fountain pump, which we'll install tomorrow in the front porch fountain.
The big one is mine. The two little ones are yours.
All right. Well, you do what you need to do. It's time for me to go start dinner.
Yeah, baby, baby.
So Don's still cooling down, and he decided to go ahead and hook up my wedding cake fountain.
That's right.
That was how I was describing it to him, that he had to get the pump tubing up through the whole wedding cake. It actually is very Asian and has goldfish on it and such. It's something like you might see in a Chinese restaurant. This one's really pretty because it cascades down all the tiers of the cake and is cool. I got stuff on the stove. I'll be back to look in a minute.
Okie dokie. It'll be done in a minute.
Don's got it going. Hopefully Panther doesn't think it's too loud. Alright, my drive ring arrived. My part that I need to get the Earth, Moon, and the Sun thing fixed. I still didn't get my yellow parts. These are just some spare gears. I guess there's a different style drive ring in there too. So whichever one is the right height and will work for me, I will install. But I'm still waiting on more yellow tiles for the sun, to fix the sun. We've got pork chops and Brussels sprouts for dinner tonight.